Hi everybody. I just wanted to come on today with little Kelly, and I'm going to do, can you see him? There he is. There's my little Kelly. I'm going to get him dressed for Theme Thursday and do a tag for you. I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to do a full Theme Thursday this week because oh gosh, what a busy week. I had rehearsal last night, didn't get home till 9:30. I got rehearsal again tonight, and then Thursday night is our pre-dress rehearsal, and I'm leaving for early Friday morning for Georgia for the weekend and for Labor Day for a family reunion. So I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have, but I thought I'd start with little Kelly here. And I found, well, you've seen this outfit before, but it's good for a Theme Thursday in that Theme Thursday is circus, and I have this little Dumbo outfit, and Dumbo was all about the circus. So it's a little gray onesie with outline of Dumbo in navy blue, and he's got a yellow collar and a yellow hat, and then he's got the little white feather right there in his trunk, and then he's got the blue pants with the white feathers on them and the blue hat with the white feathers on them. So I thought while I changed him, and I hope this angle is okay because it's fairly close, I would do a tag from Suzanne's Babies. Kelly, let me have that. He did not want to let that go. My goodness, what you got on your face, buddy? Got some Ride to Life on there. So and I hope I can do this right, talking and changing at the same time. I'm not that good at it, but okay, little sweetheart, let's get your shirt off here. The tag, I believe, is why do you really collect these reborns, or why are you really in the hobby? And that came pretty easy to me because I know exactly why I'm in this hobby. Yes, I agree, Suzanne, that the artistry is beautiful, and I love the artistry. But that's not it, because I have collected dolls all my entire life. There you go, sugar. There you go, sugar. So cute. Oh, look at that little face. Look at that squidgy little face. As long as I can remember, I've loved dolls and played with dolls. And I guess I've always been a nurturer, a carer, I guess you would say. And when I was 7, my little sister was born. And I used to take care of her. I would come home from school at 7 years of age. I'd ride this bus home, go to the babysitter's house, which was a couple doors down from us, pick up my infant sister, whose name is Kelly, by the way, and that's who my little Kelly is named after. That I'd go pick her up, and I would keep her until my parents would get home later that evening, usually about 3 or 4 hours later. Peekaboo. So I love babies so much that it started with the dolls, and then it continued with the babies. And when I was 8 years old, I had my first paying babysitting job. The neighbors next door, onto the other side of us, we lived in apartments at that time, and they had a 3-month-old, and their schedules overlapped. She would have to go to work before he got home in the evening. So there was a couple hours of overlap there that they needed someone to watch their infant daughter. And they saw how I was with my little sister Kelly, so they asked if I would be willing to do that. My mother agreed to let me, and so I kept my sister, and then my mother would come home, and then I'd go next door and keep their baby until the daddy would get home that evening. So yeah, so I've always had a love for babies. And I think girls playing with dolls, this is really big on you. This is a newborn, it's really big. But I think that helps them, socializing, it helps them to develop a sense of caring and responsibility. Wow, is this really big on you? But this is supposed to be a newborn size. Let's see, I don't know who had this on before you. Yep, it's a newborn. It's Disney. I imagine that if it were washed, it'd shrink up a bit. Or maybe it's really big so you can pull it up and pull that down over the pants and still see the picture on it. We'll try that. But I believe it helps little girls and little boys too. Although girls usually play with dolls more than boys. But some boys do. I mean, my youngest son had a doll, a My Buddy doll. But I think it helps them to promote responsibility, a sense of caring for something other than yourself, and just a way of socializing. So anyway, that never stopped. I kept children, kept babies all the time I was growing up. And even in college. As a matter of fact, my oldest son is named Benjamin, and that is after a little boy that I used to babysit for. His name was Benjamin. My daughter Courtney is named after a baby I used to keep in high school, whose name was Courtney Elizabeth. So yeah, just babies and dolls have always been a part of my life. Oh my gosh, this is swallowing you. It's just swallowing you, honey. I have to put this on somebody else. Now the pants do fit him well, but the shirt is huge. So I think if we wash it, it's going to shrink a bit. We'll just kind of pull it down in the back. We got his face on there. There's the Dumbo face. And then, of course, I have my own children. And, oh my goodness, y'all, the sun just rose and set on my children. I nursed every one of them. I rocked every one of them. I just absolutely adored my children. And then, lo and behold, here come the grandchildren. And, oh man, that is something else, let me tell you, to care for them. And as you know, I had kept 3 of my grandchildren who live near me. I've kept them, well, been almost 12 years I've been keeping them. Gabriel will be 12 in December. And I started not too long after that, keeping him. And then his 2 little brothers, Emerson and Sawyer. And as of this year is the first time in almost 12 years that I'm not keeping them anymore. They're all in school, and they get dropped off by their daddy at school in the morning, and then they ride a shuttle bus to his office in the afternoon. And then he takes them home with him. So I'm not keeping them anymore. And the last day that I had them and I turned them over to their dad, I walked out and just started crying, and I cried for 2 days. And thank you, my dear Teddy, for comforting me during that time and helping me understand that it was like an empty nest. And it really was. It's just that I have such a connection with babies and with children in general. And I've always said that there's nothing more calming or peaceful than rocking a baby. And that's true. And I think the reason that is that when you are holding and rocking a baby, as a nurturer, even as someone who hasn't had children, but there is a release of a hormone called oxytocin. And oxytocin is the same hormone that's released when you're breastfeeding a baby or in the throes of passion, whatever you want to call it, to try to keep it G-rated. But oxytocin is a release, and it's a calming, and it's a peace, and you get that when you rock a baby. So being able to hold one of these little guys, these very lifelike dolls. Just to be able to sit and rock them and hold them, it brings a peace and a calm. And who doesn't need peace and calm in their lives, right, ladies? And aside from that, yeah, I love everything about babies. I love that they're tiny. I love that they're like these little miniature human-like beings that you can dress up in cute little clothes, and you can put them in different positions, and it's not a replacement for a child for me. It's just that continuing sense of nurture and giving and loving, and yeah, maybe it is a little bit of a mourning of my children all being grown up and my grandchildren growing up, but for me it's just something I have always, since I can even remember, enjoyed doing. Playing with dolls, playing with babies. I mean, look, who wouldn't enjoy that? And it just brings about a sense of peace and calm and joy. So yeah, that's why I collect these reborn guys. That's why I would collect any of the dolls that I collect, or any of the miniatures that I have. So I hope that did you well, Suzanne. Thank you for that tag. Thank you for helping me to think a little bit about what I do. And I hope y'all enjoyed seeing my little Kelly in his circus Dumbo outfit. And hopefully I will get to see you guys again this week. If not, you'll know why. And yeah, so yeah, we love you. Kelly loves you. Bye from Kelly. Bye from me. And see you soon.